Hi there. Welcome back to Lingoni English. My name's Haley. In this video, we are going to learn 10 different ways you could tell someone, "I don't know," in English. Telling someone you don't know something can be said in many different ways depending on the situation, who you're speaking with, how you feel about not knowing, or even whether you're speaking or typing or texting. So, let's get started. First up is probably the most common way, and that is to say, "I'm not sure." This phrase works in most situations, whether formal or informal, and sort of hints that while you may be aware of the situation or general idea of what you're being asked, you may not have the specifics or be 100% positive. Here are some examples of "I'm not sure" in a sentence. I know they have in the past, but I'm not sure if that restaurant is taking reservations anymore. I'll call them and ask. This means that you're aware that the restaurant took reservations at one point, but don't know if their policy has changed. Or if someone asks you what an old friend is doing these days, you could respond with, I'm not sure. I saw online that they just got married, but I'm not sure where they are living. This shows that you know some things about that person, but don't know everything about their current situation. I'm not sure. Next up is a quick phrase to be used between friends in an informal way. Who knows? Who knows? This is usually used when a friend asks you a question that doesn't have a specific or easy answer. For example, my friend asks me what time my housemate will be ready to leave for dinner. Now, my housemate is infamous for always running late. So, I could respond by saying, "Who knows? She started getting ready over 30 minutes ago, and she's still in the bathroom." Who knows? A note on who knows. This phrase is usually used in a comical or even scheming way when you're planning something. You may even use it when you do know, but don't want the other person to. For example, your friend asks you where her surprise birthday party is going to be. Now, imagine you do know because you've organized it, but you don't want to tell her. You could say, "Who knows?" in such a way that she would understand that while you do know, you aren't going to tell her. Who knows? Sticking with the informal and comical, another way to say you don't know the answer is to say, "Beats me." This phrase is basically the equivalent of a verbal shrug. It is usually used when you don't know, but also don't really care about the answer. An example. Someone asks me, "Hey, do you know the final score of the baseball game yesterday?" I'd respond, "Beats me. I've never watched a game of baseball in my life." I'd say this because I'm not interested in baseball and wouldn't have watched the game, so there is no way I would know the score. Beats me. Next, we use the phrase, "Your guess is as good as mine," when we're asked about something in the future. For example, a classmate asks, "Do you think we will need to know this for the exam?" You could respond, "Your guess is as good as mine. The teacher said to study everything from the past semester. but only half of it will be included on the test. You could say this because the test hasn't happened yet. And in this scenario, there is a 50-50 chance it will be on the test. You could both make guesses, and either guess would have the same likelihood. Your guess is as good as mine. The next one has a bit of a defensive quality to it, meaning if you ask something and the person responds in this way, they may be a bit embarrassed about not knowing. That phrase is, "How should I know?" Now, this isn't always the case, but I find that "how should I know" is usually said like this: "How should I know?" Often during an argument or when someone is in a bad mood. Be careful using this one because it can come off very rude. For example, I've been arguing with my sister about our plans for the weekend. Our parents are visiting and they have made dinner reservations. When she asks me what time that reservation is, in a huff, I would respond, "How should I know? Mom made the arrangements, not me." This means that I don't know the answer because I didn't make the reservations, and I may be not too happy about it. How should I know? When someone asks you something that is completely out of your area of knowledge, you can respond with, "I have no clue," which means that you couldn't even guess what the answer would be. I'm an actor. I went to drama school. If someone asks me a question about theoretical physics, such as, is cosmogenesis an economy of scale phenomenon for the entire universe? I'm probably going to answer with, "I have no clue," because that is so far out of my realm of knowledge. I have no clue. Now, similarly, if someone asks you something you don't know but maybe would like to, you could respond with, "I have no idea." This is a little different from "I have no clue," because usually after saying "I have no idea," I would take out my phone and look up the answer. Here's an example. As I said, I'm an actor. So if someone asks me, "Hey, you remember that movie we watched last week? Where was that filmed?" Now, that is my industry, so I could know the answer, but it is also a very specific question, so I may not. But it would make sense for me to find out. So I would say, I have no idea. Let me check. And then I would look it up, and we would both know the answer. I have no idea. A quick note on "I have no idea" and "I have no clue." There may be minor differences in connotation or meaning, but the two are very similar and can be used interchangeably. Here is another one that is about either the present or the future. It's anyone's guess, meaning that there is no way to predict what is either happening now or is about to happen. For example, Oklahoma weather is always so crazy. One minute it's raining, and the next there's sunshine. One day it's hot, and the next day it snows. So if you want to know what the weather is going to be like tomorrow, it's anyone's guess. Even the weather forecasters don't really know. Next up is a word that is mostly just typed or texted. Dunno. It is a word that represents a quick and lazy way of saying "I don't know." Go on, say "I don't know," and then keep saying it faster and lazier. Pretty quickly, it'll become dunno. I don't know. 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 Dunno. Normally, when typing or texting a friend, we are speaking casually. It is quicker and easier to type dunno But remember, this is slang, so don't use it at work or in any other formal situations. Finally, I'm going to let you in on a really helpful secret. We have a phrase in English that is technically a professional or formal way to say you don't know the answer to something, but really is a good way to stall or make time while you try and think of an answer. That very useful phrase is, "That's a good question." Say you're in a meeting at work, and your boss asks you a specific question about the project you're working on. Now, it's in the briefing papers, but you don't know the answer offhand and have to stall a bit while you look it up. You could say, "That's a good question, and we have made sure to do research in that exact field because we know how important it will be to include that in the findings," all while flipping through your notes to find the answer. This buys you the time needed to respond to your boss without looking like you don't know the answer. That's a good question. And there you have it, 10 slightly different ways to say, "I don't know," in English. Have you had to use any of these before? Can you think of any others? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.